I think just a few days after Olympics, news came out that there's this very pretty beer promoter lady working in this Jurong East coffee shop. Ever since that came out, the already very popular coffee shop become even more popular. What's up?
What's up?
What's up? And welcome to our coffee shop. I'm your host, Jing Yong. Welcome to another episode of the Kopibros show presented by the Chit Podcast Network. Now, for those of you tuning in via YouTube or any other sort of podcasting platform, hi again. Thank you so much for listening in. We are just a Singaporean trio that will be reacting to
the Singapore news.
Now, once again, I'm joined by Jordan and Amos. How are both of you doing?
I'm still alive.
I think this week has been quite eventful. I think it's a very great segue to this topic. Transport was crazy in town because of that whole F1 thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Squeezing with people on the trains is something that I never want to do that.
Maybe Amos, you share a bit about why you went to town and then why there was a very big jam and all this thing.
Yeah, so because I go there for church on Sundays, right? And my church is right smack in City Hall. It's where the hub of the F1's street circuit race is. Yep. So all the exits is blocked, the roads are closed, and then the only way is the underpass, and then you just okay, it wasn't as bad as I thought. It's not like the National Day kind of pack, but it's still packed lah. Okay, thankfully I knocked off at night, so there wasn't much crowd. Maybe in the afternoon when the race was going to start, I think that's the high point of it lah. But yeah, it was still crowded at night.
Talking about transport, day that the typhoon hits, right? Sorry to segue so fast. There's a Circle Line breakdown.
Half an hour, right? The breakdown.
I don't know for how long, but I know at about 5:30. Then when I reached Marymount MRT, I see things started to get very slow. The train is not moving at all. Some more the typhoon came. Is it correspondent?
So maybe to piggyback on Jordan's point about the MRT breaking down. Today the episode is we are reacting to 3 local news lah. Okay, so the first local news we'll be reacting to is the thunderstorm last Tuesday on 17 September. Okay, so the thunderstorm, right, according to news, was quite jialat in the sense that it not only, there's not only rain, there was very big wind. Some people say that it was typhoon, right? And then some places like Chinatown, they say that the infrastructure dropped. Some places like the NUS, that side, they say that some very thick branch fell and then blocked the road. Some residential area also say that, their PMD lah, their bicycles and everything was blown away because of the typhoon and the rain. So I just want to ask Jordan and Amos, where were you all last Tuesday and how did this typhoon and rain affect you all if it did lah?
I remember I was on the way to Off-U, in the shuttle bus.
Off-U, yeah?
Yeah, Off-U. So then, yeah, it was some overnight, you have to stay in some place. Then suddenly we hit I don't know, from BKE or something, right? From Woodlands to Yishun, right? And suddenly the rain damn drastic, freaking 0 to 100 damn fast. I was what the heck is going on, man? 2 traffic lights down, right? We saw a vehicle, and then on top of it, there was a whole a line of vehicles behind it lah. Then I was what's going on? Is it accident, normal accident? Then I was okay, I waved it off lah. Then someone from the bus, in my bus, shouted, "Hey, got 3 come down here." I was wow, what the heck? This is crazy, man.
I was doing my hair treatment, and then I came out. It's about 7-ish, 7:15, 7:20 like that. I see, how come the sky so red? Then when I was ordering my food at the coffee shop, then suddenly a big gust of wind flew. The extended kopitiam tentage, right? Yeah, flew up. Yeah, yeah, just flew off. So my fishball noodle got extra soup and liao inside.
Yums.
Extra delicious.
Yes, yeah.
For me, right, I was actually on my way to doing house visit. And then, in between blocks, there's this sheltered walkway, where you can drop passengers for cars to stop, right? Then I was crossing in between blocks. I just distinctly remember why suddenly the rain, so strong, the wind so strong, right? The shelter don't matter one, and the rain blow until really the whole body wet one. And I feel walk shelter, then walk shelter, there's no difference, the whole body was damn wet. I think this is a sign that probably even in Singapore, we are also not, we are also not immune to this kind of extreme weathers lah. So probably for everyone out
We are
there,
never ready. We are not trained, and we are too pampered.
actually, fortunately, this one only lasted a short while. I think the rain and the wind went off quite fast.
Yeah, but what you can see, the good thing is people get together to remove the trees to the roadside.
Yeah.
Some Singaporean spirit there.
I mean, Singapore, we are still not immune to any kind of this extreme weather. So, in case you all really feel that suddenly the weather like a bit weird, right? Just try to take some precaution and stay under cover. Although I'll avoid that all very open one, like macam no cover like that. But
But it's better now lah. Like all the walkways, even those like ulu HDBs also still got walkways lah. Not
Yeah,
that surprising. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like this year actually it rained a lot more than like past few years. I don't know why. Yeah. I don't know if you guys feel the same.
They do a lot of cloud seeding, you don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Actually, fun fact, right? I heard because one of my friends' father's like friend, right, is from like one of the government agencies. They say they will cloud seed days before National Day, so that on the actual day, right, it's like clear blue. But I think maybe this time they like miscue or something like that. Then it rains, then damn chalak, yeah.
speaking about hot weather, I'm going to talk about two kinds of news that's related to hot or the hotness. The next news. All the eyebrow moving already. And they want the third news. I'm talking about second news first. This one was shared by me that the Singapore influencer apparently filmed herself berating her domestic worker for being slow and use it as a complaint to the agency lah. Okay, so this agency actually so-called put up this video to social media because they feel that influencer she will sooner or later make this video public lah. So they just wanted to put up the story first and sort of say that this is our perspective lah. So I just wanted to check with Jordan and Amos, right? Do y'all have any stories about like horror stories or like good stories y'all can share about like foreign domestic workers?
So I was very young. I used to like I have two elder brothers lah, right? When I was young, I'm talking about like less than 3 years old. I used to have this helper, right? And then she was the best. Honestly, in my opinion, even at that young age where you have no recollection whatsoever, right? My only recollection of her is that she was a damn solid mate. Like she beat the two other mates. Not like as in she was better than the two other mates that not physically beat lah. Like she's better than the two other mates that I had after her. Yeah, so I was like, why did my parents let her go? Then like years later, I asked my mom, right, why did you actually let her go? Then she was like, oh, actually, she took money from us, like quite a huge sum lah. And she hid it in the house somewhere. And then they only noticed like after a few months where like they realized like all their ang paos were missing and stuff like that. Then they're like, oh, okay. Then they started to grill her, and then realized that a lot of stories just line up that that she took money from us. Yeah.
Because of my mom's condition, so actually we got a maid lah. Okay. So this new maid that came, at first we thought she was quite solid because in terms of communication, like damn good, you tell her one thing, right, she can just execute one. Like let's say you tell her, hey, I want to eat like this dish my mom last time cooked one. She can really go market, she can buy everything, she can settle everything. So within like 1 week, like don't even need much orientation or instruction. Things started getting very funny when I started receiving a few spam calls. Then I thought it's just okay, spam lah. Then I just hang up. Then my brother and my cousin started receiving like messages from this person say, hey, your mate owe me money. Then like, wow, come already, all this shit. All this bullshit. Yeah. What the police say is correct, you cannot entertain this kind of idiots, no matter how much like they claim that your mate owe them or whatnot. Because once you pick up their phone, they know that you are reactive, right? They will just keep spamming messages and calling until then they do very stupid things like they send like Lala Move, they send Grab food out, then, like waste all the driver's time. Then you waste all the driver's time, right? Then the food come, right? Then you say that sorry, we didn't order this. Then they have to go through like all the cancellation policies from the platforms. We actually got bothered for a few days until all this kind of shit died down. Then my 2 cents worth is that I think it's very hard for people to say like, oh, you screen mate and then make sure that this mate like bo tai ji one. Because however good or however like smart you think the mate is, then there is a possibility that that something will happen or she'll go borrow money or whatnot. Right. So in case you all see this kind of loan shark thing come, right, then apparently what the police say is the most effective, just to ignore and then let it like just tight through. But
there's nothing that the maid agency can do, man. I feel like it's also like the maid agency's kind of responsibility to also like screen their financial status. Maybe they have maybe it's not that extensive. I don't know.
They can screen, but I think sometimes the family backgrounds for some of these maids are more complex than you can imagine. Yeah, so what I hear from my mate's perspective is that her boyfriend apparently in Indonesia like kena some accident or what lah, need to pay hospital bill or don't know what. I don't know how true that is.
Yeah.
Right, but maybe that's what conspired that led to her saying want to borrow money lah.
My late dad has mental issue, considered Alzheimer. It's called dementia lah. There's a few times my dad actually hit the maid before with a porcelain blade. No choice, we had to say, we would advise you to make a police report so that at least we are conscience clear. You make the police report, it's up to you, you want to pursue or not. She want to pursue with a case, then the police will continue with it. So in the end, she decided not to.
How to say, everybody involved was very, how to say, forgiving and very kind-hearted lah, I think in this situation.
She's understanding enough that my dad's situation and all this.
Let's talk about something more upbeat. Let's talk about something on the hot meter, on a different hot meter. Okay. Okay, so without trying to be overly sexist, okay, I think this news is all over social media more than the influencer and more than the thunderstorm kind of news. I think just a few days after Olympics, news came out that there's this very pretty beer promoter lady working in this Jurong East coffee shop. Ever since that came out, the already very popular coffee shop become even more popular, where a lot of uncles go there to buy beer and then support her lah. So I'm not trying to debate how she looks. I'm not trying to debate, whether Jurong is a nice place to go. I just want to ask Jordan and Amos, have you all experienced this kind of like, how to say, like you go to places, I mean, not just coffee shops, like you go to bars and whatnot, they have like beer promoters. And do you all feel incentivized to like buy beer because there are promoters there?
They normally will try to push it and sell it to you because it's part of their jobs. I normally will ask them to play games.
Wow, this one like siam tio sia. Okay lah, so last time I used to go to like Thai discos, right? Like because my group of friends like to go, as in my then group of friends like to go. I think so they were the ones that order the beers and all that, right? Okay lah, I also drink lah, but if you ask me if I were to buy, not lah, because first and foremost, beer is not my top liquid of choice, top alcohol of choice. Second of all, I feel that it's it's a very transactional relationship lor. Like they just want you to buy cause of their sales lah. And so my friend, he very innocent. One of my friends, right, he sympathized with the girl, then he just buy law. And then at the age you just like your money. Okay, all these are rich boys lah, right? So your money is kind of like free lah, and not your money. So you don't have any like semblance of what the value of money is also. So you just anyhow spend and splurge lah. For me, I personally won't, but my friends will lah.
Okay, for me, my experience is a bit more unique because when I was in uni, I worked in a part-time restaurant. Now no longer around. Actually, I can say the name. It's called Modesto's. It's no longer around. It closed during COVID. I still remember the beer name. It's called Estrella. Okay, so Estrella was new to the market. So the distributor actually asked for limited period of time. They actually asked for like beer promoter girls to come on Wednesday and Fridays. Then first time in life I see, right, like beer promoter ladies, those that are more open, more like, how to say, can talk, can play, communicate with the customers, right? Wow, the sales like damn cool. There are some that come, right, like, yeah.
It's a marketing strategy.
There are some that come, I think they are, I talk to them, then they are like university students. Then they're kind of like, the Chinese called 乖乖女, like more, how to say, more,
demure.
More 听话, more like not open to this kind of thing one. You can see the sales that they did one. Then what really pisses me off is on a Friday evening, I was taking orders. So busy already, Then this group of people still say, hey, can you ask the beer lady come take our order? I don't want you to take my order. Wow, fucking pissed off. I only can say this thing is here to stay. So for whoever want to buy beer, just be conscious and be cautious of what you're spending on and how you're spending it on. Yeah, and I think that concludes our episode.
Get out of here.
Oh, look at the time. Our coffee shop is closing, but in the meantime, if you enjoyed this episode, please remember to give it a like and subscribe. We have episodes that come out every Monday, but if you're interested in football, we have the Football Academy that drops every Wednesday. And if you're into fun game show formats, we have the SG Drop podcast that drops every Friday with me and Jordan and Amos here. Now, if you're interested in fun knockout tournaments, we have a weekly knockout tournament that starts every Monday. It's on Instagram. It will last all the way to Thursday where we knock out and eliminate different contenders for a topic you need tagged to this week's Kopibros episode. I don't know, this week of Kopibros episode maybe beer brands. Now, this is a recurring tournament that occurs every 12 p.m. where the results of the previous day will be revealed and the next round of voting will start. So remember to head to our Instagram to vote. Now, we hope that everyone is drinking and acting appropriately. But please remember,
A kopi a day keeps the trouble away.
Oi, oi. One tiger, please.